What's up, everybody? Today we have a scripted video, which means big news in the gaming industry. According to a few sources, such as Discussing Film on Twitter, PlayStation will be ending physical media starting January 2028. From then on, they plan to have only digital platformed sales. So, I will be ending my buying of PlayStation games starting January 2028. From that date, new games will be entirely disregarded, and PlayStation won't be a platform I use anymore. But all jokes aside, if this does end up happening, I 100% will not be buying any more modern games. I don't buy digital anymore. I prefer physical media. I prefer ownership. I don't even like digital games on storefronts like Steam. They don't give me ownership. Any game I truly care for, I make sure to have physical copies of. Be it on a modern or old console or even a big box PC game, I always go for physical media. The original promise of digital games was lower prices. That was the upside. It was basically, yeah, you own nothing, but at least it'll be cheaper. But they never were cheaper. I can go buy a copy of an old Call of Duty game for somewhere between $2 and $5 right now at my local store. Meanwhile, digitally, that same game is currently $60, unless it goes on sale. Even then, it usually is significantly more expensive, around $20. All of these BS sales do is prey on weak-minded cattle who don't care about owning anything, and they don't care about the fact that their entire game library can be stolen away at any moment. Let's be completely honest. Games these days aren't as good as old ones anyways. They sure have better graphics, I guess, but really in the past 10 years, what have we seen in changes? We've seen minor, barely noticeable things like lighting, maybe a little bit better, higher resolution textures. Meanwhile, gaming budgets have skyrocketed. Game-breaking bugs and glitches are more prevalent than ever before. Prices continue to raise. And companies care less and less about making a good entry in a franchise you love or creating a genuinely new, unique, and wonderful IP. Remember when we could get a solid series ending? We had trilogies that left you happy with good stories coming to a close and maybe a few spin-offs, but they were entirely optional. You didn't need them to experience the story. That was great. It was good to let a franchise run its course and end naturally. And just to be something you could always go back to and remember your fond memories from childhood. But now, what do we see? We see remakes, remasters, sequels, reboots. How many truly original games do we get? Not very many. And when we do get something, it often ends up being trash like South of Midnight or Forspoken. The industry desperately needs to crash, but unfortunately it won't. We keep seeing low IQ swine buying pre-orders of games like GTA. I've seen people buying it on eBay so they can chase a stupid trend of buying some crap game. This is the level of absolute bootlicking we have in the industry today. Mind you, a physical copy of GTA 6 is literally a code in the box. It's the same exact scam as getting it on a PlayStation store or Xbox store. And these retarded fools eat the slop, so we won't get a crash. Because people don't care. People will claim voting with your wallet doesn't work. But that's not true. When nobody wanted a Nintendo, the games went on permanent discount. Consoles were sold with games bundled in for less than the launch price. Buying Mario Kart 8 got you a free game of your choice from a list including big hitters like Pikmin 3 and Wind Waker HD. That's the power of voting with your wallet. Sega quit making consoles because nobody wanted to be the guy with the Sega. That's voting with your wallet. The PlayStation 3 dropped from $600 at launch all the way down to an eventual $250 over its lifespan. And that is the power of voting with your wallet at work. Consoles used to get cheaper over the years. Games used to get cheaper over the years. That wasn't the companies being consumer friendly. That was them bending down to consumers, knowing that keeping those same high prices will make large portions of people refuse to purchase. But they don't refuse anymore. There's no competition for which console is the right one for you, which exclusives are the best. It's all just, want to play my bad games? Buying the current console is useless. Cross-platform, online gaming that you can play with anyone on any platform, porting games to PC, putting former exclusives in rivals consoles. It's all poison for the industry. The reason we used to get great games was because people had standards. People didn't want to buy the crappy console for babies. People didn't want to buy the console where nobody wanted to play online with. People wanted to have the popular console, and that made other companies need to step up their game. They needed to make unique IP. They needed to make the best games they have ever made before. But we don't see that anymore. What we see is complacency, because these absolute brain-dead fools refuse to just say, you know what? I don't think $80 is a good price. I don't think $100 is a good price. I don't think I want to buy something without having any ownership and having the ability for companies to just completely take it away from me. People do not care. I've spoke with too many people that say, yeah, but it's annoying to go and have to put a disc in. And that mindset is exactly why gaming is dead, and you killed it. You bought the digital games. You said, I don't want to put that disc in, and you killed gaming. Thanks for watching.